Hey, what is going on, everybody? So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Boba Fett in the prototype armor. So this is a figure that I've been kind of watching since day one. As soon as I started collecting, I saw this with the white armor. I was like, that's a cool figure. So I snagged this Cyber Monday deal. It was a hair over $30. A little steep, but you know, it's an older figure and I think it looks good. And as you can see, it comes in the blue line packaging from 2014. Nice big window. You can see the figure comes with an EE3 blaster, his Sacros K11 disintegrator pistol, and you got his jetpack down there. There's nothing on that side of the box. On this side of the box, nice big window. You can see right through the side. Kind of like that. And the top of the box has a nice size window on it. On the bottom, you got the barcode and just a few little things that I don't think anyone's ever going to read. And on the back, you got a bio there. You have a grayed out picture of Boba. Love that picture. And then you got some more stuff that probably no one's ever going to read. I'm going to get prototype armor Boba open. Let's take a look at him. Okay, so I got the prototype Boba Fett open, and let's just take a look at him from head to toe. And this may be a relatively short review because he's pretty much all one color, but we'll still take a look at him. We'll start up here at this helmet, and it's Boba's helmet, except it's white. And I think it looks pretty cool. The flat black on the visor is nice. Got some faint little black dots there. And of course you have the ding. That looks good. A little silver dot there. This side, you got a little black stripe. You have nothing on this side except for the rangefinder. And just like the other Boba Fett from Empire, it is fixed. Okay, this thing does not articulate, but some nice silver and black paint. I think that looks really good. And of course, from the neck down, it's Boba. It's his armor. Same, just like we've seen before on the other Empire Boba, except it's white. But I think the sculpt is nice. The little dings still show up despite being all one color. The dings are still there. This is black on this one. This looks really nice in here. You got your the little Wookiee braids that are cast in a sort of a gray plastic. It's all, one piece that is glued back here. So yeah, they just sort of hang, but I guess they look okay. And then that's what his back looks like, just more of the same. Very clean back here. These little buckles are sculpted nicely. There's your the hole for the jetpack to peg into. Got some nice sculpt in here. Almost looks like a little frowny face, 2 eyes, nose, and a frowny face. And moving on to arms, again, it's just all one color. This shoulder pad up here has got some dings in it. Great wrinkles on the undersuit. Got some hoses here. This gauntlet has a black stripe back here that looks pretty cool. I have no idea what this is, but it looks good. You got some silver painted there, and then all these little doodads sculpted in. I think that looks great. And then, of course, the inside is just solid white. And on the left arm, same thing. Solid white shoulder pad with a little ding there. Nice wrinkles on the undersuit. This gauntlet has some really nice red, black, silver, and a touch more black back here. All these little things back here are painted silver. I think those look great. And of course, the gloves are sculpted really nice. Both hands, both gloves look fantastic. And then moving on to the belt. It's just like the other Empire Boba belt. And these front pouches kind of get in the way of legs up. They flex a little bit, but they are pretty rigid. Yeah, they kind of get in the way, but the sculpt is nice. And it looks like I have a little imperfection there. That black dot is not supposed to be there, I don't believe. The little sash right there is a very nice sculpt. Kind of like that a lot. Pouches are sculpted nicely. It's just all one color. And then it comes around to the back. Great little buckles back here sculpted in. Some nice lines. And, the back of the belt's kind of plain, but I think it looks pretty cool. And there's the holster for the disintegrator pistol. It is just a plastic sculpted holster, but it gets the job done. And that's what the cape looks like on this one. So on the other Boba, the Empire Boba, it is tan with a slightly darker tan stripe. This one is white with a gray stripe, but it hangs pretty good. It's got some pretty good folds, and it's fine. And as far as legs, not much to say. Got some pouches here, the knee pads. Now you got some silver painted in there. That looks really nice. Then you have a little touch of silver tucked in there. It's pretty cool. Same thing on this knee, same thigh, same knee. Some silver, nice knee pad, got a little ding there. And then the tools on each shin are painted silver, and I think that looks pretty good there. Yeah, it's great sculpt. I think everything looks really good on this figure so far. And then the shoes are just like Boba's shoes. Got some little tips on the end. Yeah, they look really good. And then, of course, the wrinkles on the back of the legs look fantastic. Yeah, just really makes them look like, like actual pants. Yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. I mean, it's Empire Boba, but I don't know, something about it being all white. I think that looks awesome. And just for the sake of the video, let's just run through articulation real quick. We know this figure does not have the best articulation in the world, but let's do it anyway. So you got some side to side at the head. He's got some really good down, and he's got some really, really good up. And you have just a hint of tilt. The shoulder pads will recess into the body so the arms get up that far, and they can rotate all the way around. He's got single jointed elbows, but that is all you get, just barely 90. He's got a swivel just above the elbow. He's got a swivel at the wrist, and sadly both hands are hinged side to side. There's the right, and there's the left. And I forgot to mention that the gauntlets will also turn independently. That's the one on the right side, and that is the one on the left side. He's got some swivel at the midsection. He does not crunch forward at all. He goes back just to there, and you've got just a hint of side to side. And as far as legs, like I mentioned, these front pouches really get in the way, so that's about it for legs up. And they go out that far. They don't go back at all. He's got an upper thigh swivel. He's got double jointed knees that get up to there. The feet go down that far. They don't go up at all. And you've got some swivel at the ankle. And as far as accessories, there is his disintegrator pistol. This one is cast all in black, unlike the other Empire Boba, which is kind of a brownish color. This one's all black. It's the same on both sides, but it's a pretty cool sculpt, and I'm kind of glad they included it. And there's a good look at his EE3 blaster. It is the same as the other Boba. You know, it's got all the little sculpt work in here. It's just all black this time. Got a nice scope up top. The other side is just more the same. You know, again, some nice sculpt here and there, but it's just all black. And this one is crazy flexible. This thing, yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't know why they couldn't have used a harder plastic, but yeah, super flexy. I don't like that. And last but not least, there's his jetpack. It's just like the other Empire Boba's jetpack, except it's all white this time. But you got a little bit of black there, got some silver up here around the rocket, some silver paint on the top of these things, and yeah, that's about it. You know, a little bit of added paint there, little sculpted little niblet right there. That's what the bottom looks like. You know, the jets are silver and single peg. But it's got these two little nubbins here that will help with rotation. It'll sort of lock into the buckles that are on his back. But that's the jetpack, and I think it looks good in white. I like that. So let's see what this jetpack looks like on him. So it's pretty obvious. Single peg. Plugs in there. And those two little niblets will engage in there and sort of helps with rotation. It's actually pretty tight once it's in. And just like I mentioned, the cape lays nicely, and I think that looks awesome. Yeah, this figure looks cool all white. I love this. And let's see how he holds his weapon. So we'll start with the disintegrator pistol. That drops in there really nice. The trigger finger goes right to the trigger, right through the trigger guard. Super stable, no chance of that falling out. And he looks good with a blaster. I like that. It's a pretty good look. And let's see how the holster works for the blaster pistol. That just drops in there really easy. The barrel will poke out a little bit, and once that's in, it's in. It's not just going to fall out, and I think that looks really good in its holster. All right, so let's see how the EE3 goes in, and I think I've mentioned this before. It kind of helps with this type of rifle that has this kind of stock on it. It kind of helps to start backwards, you know, drop it in and then rotate it around, and then you can sort of fudge the trigger finger where it needs to go, but that one, it doesn't want to go. That's kind of where it wants to sit. Yeah, he holds that pretty well, but the thing with the gauntlet, it kicks the stock sideways, and like I mentioned, this thing is so dang flexible. And this figure doesn't have the best articulation. Yeah, that's kind of what that looks like. It looks kind of silly in one hand, but yeah, I really don't like the way that stock gets kicked sideways like that. Yeah, so I took these pickups and sort of manually moved the trigger finger up to where it needs to be. I just kind of grabbed it, and so that looks a little bit better, but still, the stock just gets pushed over to the side, and that's unfortunate. And as far as aiming with two hands, it's not going to happen with this figure. The elbows are pretty poor. I mean, you can get him like that, but there's no way to get the rifle up to his shoulder like Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. I mean, this is beautiful right here. There's absolutely no way to do that with this figure. So, yeah, and it's all in the elbows and the shoulders. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, it's just really hard to get this one in a good two-handed aiming pose, but, you know, kind of hunched over a little bit, firing low. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it's not great. Now, from this angle, it's not too bad, but yeah, it's just unfortunate that you just cannot get this blaster any closer to his body. So I'll probably just keep him at a relaxed stance like this, and I think that's a pretty good look there. And now that I have his jetpack on, you know, tilt his head up. If you have this guy on a flight stand, he kind of looks like he's taking flight. He's got some really, really good head up. And as far as scale between these two Bobas, this one I think is just a hair shorter, but the overall proportions are pretty close. I still think I like this one better, but this is a really, really cool looking Boba Fett. I'm happy I picked it up. And that's what he looks like on the shelf next to the, so this is the 40th anniversary Boba Fett there, and I think that looks pretty good side by side. Yeah, that white looks, it just looks really nice. But there he is in relation to some Lukes, and he's, same size as that one, but he looks fantastic on the shelf. I'm really, really glad I got this. But please comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts on Prototype Boba, and just let me know what you think of him. I, for one, I love this. I'm very happy I grabbed him. And if you like videos on Star Wars The Black Series, please consider dropping a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and please turn on notifications because I'm always posting something. I would certainly appreciate it. And I just thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll just see y'all next time.